them out of the way because that's a big money account. So, other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you got a big game coming up. Want to talk about that?
We can talk about it.
Well, I don't know how you're fielding the team. I think Carol's going to have to sub in.
Well, I had to,
Morgan County's helping you, the sheriff's department's helping you too.
absolutely. I'm in South Martin County. I'm trying to find their big guys.
Oh, I like it. He's recruiting.
Yeah, I'm recruiting.
When is that again?
What's that?
When is it?
May 9th.
May 9th.
Friday, May 9th.
Shoot.
We were counting on you, Carol.
I'd make it down and back one time.
Would you guys play basketball or football?
Basketball.
Well, if it was football, we would definitely win. We're playing basketball. You're going to see us, and we've got EMS crew standing by. So there'll be a bunch of us huffing and puffing.
Is this on an outside court or is it going to be?
It's at the high school gym. High school.
They're letting you in.
So the high school has donated the gym. The high school has donated their announcers, donated the referees.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, can you make this any more high profile? Watch a bunch of old guys running down the court.
So, I mean, for everybody's education, how much are the tickets and what time does it start?
You asked me ticket prices.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is $10, and then it was like $5 for kids, I think, like under a certain age.
Yeah.
The money at the moment is scheduled to go, it will be donated to the memorial, the Veterans Memorial. The plan is, as long as we don't kill anybody with this one, the plan is we're going to try and do this annually and potentially donate to different organizations every year that way.
What time what's the tip off?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
And you can scan the QR code.
Yes, there's a QR code that Chris Mills and his firm, they all kinds of digital stuff for this. And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to recruit Dallas from the sheriff's department, 6'7".
Officer Cole's pretty tall.
Well, Cole he's on leave. But yeah, Dallas, I think maybe Mallory is going to come down and play, which she was a super high school athlete at Martinsville. So we're going to try to get us some ringers that way.
The competition's listening.
We'll see, Mike.
Dan Downing will be there, to huff and puff down the court just like me. But yeah,
I think it's great.
it should be fun. Again, it's team building, and hopefully we don't.
What position are you playing?
Coach.
You're not even playing.
No,
I wanted to see
I
you
will.
play
I will run up and down the court and then be like, and hit the backboard, and not go in because I cannot play basketball.
So you're gonna throw a chair for us?
Maybe. Yeah. I can foul people. I mean, I
I want to see your 3 pointers.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And just one last thing. So I was in a meeting today with EMA. EMA is gathering data, reference the April 2nd through April 7th rain monsoon storm that we had. Because potentially there's maybe enough counties in Indiana and that would be able to declare it a disaster. So they're collecting data for that. I've submitted the data on my end. I've also gotten data because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I would say that pump failure potentially fell within that time frame.
Yeah.
So now, we're not guaranteeing anything, but the fact is I believe Mooresville had a 3-foot overflow on their sewer plant, which is going to be like $2 or $3 million worth of. So we'll be well over the dollar amount to make as a county to make it a disaster. Now, whether or not we can qualify statewide, and then the state has to take it to the federal level so that the federal government can say, yes, it was a disaster and FEMA can release money. Again, nothing quick, but I did add the pump and the repair fees into that because, again, I believe that the rain had something to do with maybe the massive amount of rain helped overload it. And again, I figured it was worth a shot because when I was talking to her, Mooresville was talking about the sewer problems and they were adding it into it. So I'm like, hey, we had this, I'm going to add this into, and they were like, absolutely. So just throwing it out there, we might.
So thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Sean.
Oh, I have a lot, unfortunately. Kind of tailing in on that, we did have 6.6 inches of rain that night. And less than 24 hours. Kenny's property was underwater. He was canoeing out there on Terrace Drive. So I've got March's report for y'all. We received 9,100 gallons for the month. Our average daily flow is 3,940 gallons. Remember, this was a month behind, so that month we only had 2.5 inches of rain. And our treatment capacity is at 105%. So we're definitely above our limits on capacity. As far as the results went, everything still was good. We were all above, 75% on our removals. We wasted 65,000 gallons. We ran 127,000 gallons of Supernate. We did not have any violations for the month. Projects, so we've had a lot going on. BBC and Lawyer Excavating has finished completely repairing and installing everything at the Homestead lift station. Everything's brand new and all working now. We've replaced only 2 of the 3 pumps that go in that station, just so everybody's aware. And that's something we want to look at in the future.
Is that why that pump is still sitting out there? It's all.
That pump should be gone.
Cross tape.
It should be gone. They should have.
It was there yesterday.
Was it there? Well, they were supposed to take it on Monday, so they were supposed to pick it up Monday. So hopefully it's gone. If it's not, that's on them because they were supposed to come get it.
Okay, I didn't know whether that was, so they still have the tape out there.
Well, he took the tape out because he can buy the plant, dropped off the stakes and everything. So I'm assuming the pump's gone now too, but I haven't been by there to check.
All right. Thank you.
So we did check over all the work done at the station at Homestead, make sure everything was working correctly. And like Phil was just saying, we are sending the trailer pump back to fluid waste. So we're now on our pumps and no longer running a pump anymore. Now that the station is back up and running and we have our pumps working, I need to adjust the flow meter, get it set up so we can start getting good flow readings to tell us exactly how many gallons is going out of Homestead. We couldn't do that until the station was back up and running. I have notified US Hydrovac to come back out and finish up cleaning and televising Homestead Section 5. They did 1 through 4. I think they still have 5 left to do because it was so close to the station. It was almost underwater all the time. They couldn't really get much done with it. The line screen, that's still been put on the back burner, repairing that water line. It's not an emergency. It's just a cleanliness thing that puts a little more work on me, but it's not an emergency by any means. Also, we have completed a list of supplies and equipment that the sewer department does need. Giving that to you guys in your packets. I know with the expansion, it was requested that we come up with this to add to that. We're going to take a loan out or whatever, get everything we need at this point and have it ready. Another report I've got for you guys is one of the items on our last inspection report was all the surface skimmers. We had, I think, 6 out of the 12 from the winter months. They froze and broke. The PVC piping broke off and everything. You can see in the pictures some of the repairs that had to be done, but all 12 are back up and running. And we repaired several RAS lines that had cracked and broken off as well. It was causing some operational issues. All of that has been corrected and done. And at this point, everything items requested of us as a town that we can do has been completed and done. And I've got an update schedule from the construction company and all them guys. So I'll be sending you an email with a new thing stating dates of when all this gets done.
Since yesterday?
Well, yeah, well, the one, I don't know if you were on that email, but I got an email from them as far as the schedule goes. A more
I don't-
detailed schedule. Okay, I'll send that to you then.
Do you mind just sharing when they're gonna get started? Do you have it with you by
I
any
don't
chance?
have it with me,
Okay.
I don't think, but, oh, wait, yeah, I do. Oh, no, that's backup supplies, sorry. No, I do not have that. with me.
Okay, I was just
But no,
wondering.
I will email you that later tonight and get that to you.
That'd be nice as well.
Yeah, it's their schedule and everything they got going on. I know when we talked to them yesterday, they're still waiting on some piping, some conduit wiring, just minor things, in my opinion, to get out there and get started. But it was kind of interesting how they're doing it. But they do have it scheduled. Different things are happening at different times.
Well, can I ask, since you mentioned that about how they're having a hard time getting stuff, since you have this backup supply list as well too, I guess, acquiring these is gonna be just as difficult.
Yeah, and that's what we're running into. Like, we had some issues recently, Mary Ann and I think even Ryan was involved with this a little bit, getting grinder pumps. Back in the day, you called up there and had them sitting on the shelf, you bought one and went on. It was no big deal. We always kept a few here, at the plant, but we had 2 go out, so we needed 2 pretty quick. And they were the same type grinder, and there's only 4 in town like that. And they didn't have any on the shelf, so they had to order them 7, 8 weeks out. So we're finding this to be a common thing with everybody. It's like if you want to get parts or equipment, it's taking forever to get stuff. So I'd like to get to where we're storing some of this stuff at the plant, and especially since I have all the room now with the police garages and street garage. We got plenty of room to store things. So it makes more sense that we start doing some of this and just keeping it on hand versus waiting 6, 7 weeks or just trying to make something work till we get it. And with you guys borrowing money, I thought, well, this is a perfect time to go over this and see what we need to get.
It's a drop in the bucket,
Yeah, compared to what you're borrowing,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
literally a drop compared to the other stuff we have to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it would be beneficial. I mean, it would just help us out, and it's not like it's not stuff we're gonna use, stuff we have to use in an emergency or whatever. Nice to have it there.
Is Terrace Drive and 22 of those check valves not holding no more?
They're holding, but they're 20 years old. I mean, they're good for now, but that's what happened at Baltimore. That check valve there and the gate valve quit working on us, and it took us forever to get it fixed. And as a result, that's what caused the backup in McLeod's house.
That's why we want to go ahead and get these parts as soon as we can.
Yeah, because we've never had backups and spare parts on hand. It's always been
Yeah.
It's always
Is the
order and
Ford-
purchase as you need type
Is
thing.
the little lift stations, are those all the same check valves and gate valves, or are they all different?
There's 4 that are flight and the rest are all hydromatic. They are somewhat interchangeable. And the check on those is just a little ball that's in the piping inside the pit. But there's a gate valve on the road. Almost all of those are bad. I mean, they're really, the design of that was, it's a water valve. It's not for what we're using it for, but that's what they had designed. And they're junk. They get ground, they just break. They don't last.
And we can't repair that part at all.
Digging up people's driveways
Yeah.
and doing all that stuff and it being pretty costly. I mean, there is a gate valve actually in the station too that you can access and work and repair that possibly. That would be what I would recommend versus on the force main on the road. If you're gonna repair something, that would be what I would repair.
What is the cost to get the flow meter at the lifts for the school done?
I haven't gotten that done yet. He emailed that to me, but I haven't had a chance to look over it. Let's see. Okay. $1,536 for a total price. Oh, that was for the parts and equipment and sensor bracket and labor. So the total is $6,392. And he's saying 3 weeks for delivery. Now that's not including concrete work that I was telling you has to be done as well.
Flow meter there at Gordon Road and 42.
Right here where the ball or the football field is. that, was on that, but it quit working.
Is it gonna be another trough with the infrared light?
Partial flume, yeah, it'll be a partial flume, and it sends the ultrasonic sensor down, records it. With that being an open channel, I don't know how else to do it because it's all gravity. I'm sure there might be some other options, but
They
without
fought that from,
tearing
I'm
it
the
all
one that
up.
put that in, and they fought that from the time we installed it till it quit working.
The school did.
Yeah, that flow meter right here.
Yeah. I mean, and at the time, years ago, when we were getting readings, what we were getting was pretty accurate to what they were sending us. But that's been,
15 years.
yeah, I mean, that's been 15 years. And I know the school has added a lot of students.
Ryan, will you be on a committee on that?
What? Sorry. I
Will you
didn't
make sure that I have a flow meter by next month, please?
I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry.
Ryan and I will be on a committee and handle that.
Yeah, just let me know. We'll get some concrete work done and. get it
What's the
installed.
concrete work?
That partial flume's leaking. So not all the flow is gonna go through the channel. It's going outside the channel because the concrete went bad.
There should be that little, I mean, that shouldn't be like concrete work though.
No, I mean, it could be like an epoxy or a
Yeah,
patch
that's
or
a
something
little-
like that, yeah.
What was that stuff called? We used to mix it up all the time and I
Grout,
can't, no, something else. I forget what it is now.
hydraulic seal.
I forget what it is now.
Yeah, some sort of epoxy, I know what you're talking about.
Is this something that a committee member could stop and look at on their own? Do we need any tool to get it?
Yeah, you gotta lift that lid.
Yeah,
I
lift the
want to see you
lid
lift the
up.
lid. huh?
I didn't say me. I meant you.
I mean, you can holler at me, I can bring a manhole and we can pop it real quick, just dodge the cockroaches when you do. Last time we popped it, there was cockroaches going everywhere.
I'm out. All right, we will work on that because that's
Okay.
what we want to do.
So the backup supplies list you guys have, if you have any questions, holler at me, let me know. Anybody have any questions about anything else?
Oh, yeah. How much longer for that?
That's out of my hands. That's on that construction company and engineering firm and all them whenever they get out there and start working on it. I briefly looked at their schedule, but it's going to be a while.
You know, it costing us what, 10,000 a month for that?
$1,000 a month.
And
9,500. I agree. Trust me, I want to get rid of it as fast as I can.
After you sent that email out, we never got a reply back, did we?
We had a meeting with them yesterday,
Yeah.
but we got the same reply as no email. It was basically they're working on it. There's not much they can do, so.
Basically, they make it sound like it's out of their hands. They're waiting on parts and, I don't know. Again, that conduit, rebar and some wiring. I don't know. I don't understand that, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know all the details. I mean, but we have the equipment at the plant, so I don't.
Yeah.
Some piping and some stuff like that.
I think plumbers that we could go ahead and be using.
Yeah. But we gotta have the piping and stuff to go in it, and I don't know what's taking so long. I don't understand that.
We did ask them to give us a weekly update, so hopefully that'd be enough of a pain and lose day that he will.
Oh, man.
I
is AES dragging their feet?
No, actually not at all. In the pre-con meeting, AES, they have one on their lot. They have a transformer on their lot. They can bring it out. As soon as we're ready, they can bring it out. What they're waiting on from what everybody told these materials and stuff.
It took them, what, like, didn't it take like 10 months to get these blowers or something?
It took forever to get the blowers.
And it's gonna take longer to get rebar than it did those damn pumps?
See, I don't, I'm right there with you, Ryan. I don't get it. I mean, I can go to EJP and go buy some pipe right now. I don't know. I mean,
I think every Friday, we haven't heard anything from.
That's on Marianne's Friday wrap.
VSE, did- yeah, I'd be poking them saying, hey, what are we doing on this? Because this is costing us.
well, I don't understand why we had a pre-con meeting and then I've heard nothing or seen nobody since then. And I'm seeing a schedule that's saying we're not doing anything for months from now. That's odd. I mean, I'm sure they've got other projects going.
We were led to believe they're gonna start in January.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
31st even.
Well, we've been pushing it for a long time with them, telling them how important this is. We need
Start
to really
sending
get
them a
on it.
bill for that blower.
Yeah.
Take it off the engine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's all.
No.
if I have nothing to say, it's probably best just to go on. If Timmy's not talking, we should change the subject.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Thanks for keeping them in line. Okay.
Any recent meetings with the Parks and Rec Department, Lori?
The only thing, we just got done doing our 5-year master plan that we turned into the Department of Natural Resources, I think it was. And so we're waiting to get the results of that back. That helps us get additional funding and stuff like that. And we are on June 7th, we're having a community park day. So if anybody wants to attend and bring their kids, and we'll have like hot dogs and stuff like we did last time. So that's.
Wow. See, this is what happens, this is what happens when this is what happens when the town attorney shows up with the meetings. All the legal stuff starts. I'm told.
We don't know yet, we'll send out a flyer, we'll put it in the newsletter.
All right, we don't have anything with the RDC. There's been no meetings recently and nothing since our last meeting for Public Works. Any additional comments from the audience? Anything that anybody wanted to discuss? Yes. Material.
Hello, my name is Kevin Ernest. I'm with Strand Associates, we're an engineering firm. And we don't work for you guys. I periodically visit Mary Ann and Danforth. And every couple of years, I come and say, introduce myself to you so that if there were ever opportunities that you needed a second set of eyes or wanted to open up the field for more engineers. We're available. So I'm in Columbus, Indiana. I emailed Mary Ann our statement of qualifications, some business cards. I'll leave these with Mary Ann if you guys want to take a look at it. So, thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you afterwards. Thank you. All right. Anything else from the council?
Thanks, Council. I was just wondering if you guys had thought about the rental limits that other towns have been putting in, ideally Fishers. They just passed that on Monday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. Just wondering if there was any. Yeah, because of the homestead and it's more renters than owners. Food for thought.
Yes, it is on our,
It has been a brief, we have had brief moments of discussion, but nothing formal. But I think now that more communities are doing it, we have some model to
once there
look
gets
at.
acceptance and
I think we're aware
It'd be a
that
nightmare.
it's a problem.
I'm a real estate broker for 30 years. And we've seen when we went through the bad part of the recession, people that couldn't, they had to move, like got transferred on a job or they got a bigger family or whatever, they couldn't sell their house and went into foreclosure because they weren't allowed to rent it in the neighborhoods that they did that. And there's quite a few, especially condo neighborhoods where they do that. And it really hurts the market. I've listed several of them. Actually, I listed one this year. And nobody would look at it because the investors aren't fighting for it. So it hurt their value in that neighborhood when and everybody on the HOA will tell you, they agree that it hurt their value. But I have one question, and I know that Carol and I don't see eye on this, and I asked you to, I'm just.
Not at all.
But, is it possible? I don't think you can make an ordinance to change an HOA, can you? Can you? Make an ordinance?
HOA is totally separate from.
Right, so homestead's an HOA, that would be up to your HOA, whoever.
no,
No, the ordinance is not a legally binding, we can, as a town, we can regulate
So
the.
you could put a rental restriction
Sorry, I don't want to steal the attorney. Please speak
I was being
as the
too technical. She
attorney.
said,
We could
"Can
not-
the town regulate the HOA?" No, you cannot, but the town can certainly regulate everything about the neighborhood. You
Yeah.
can't regulate the HOA.
Right.
The HOA
They tell the neighborhood that they can't have.
Yeah, well,
And it's
I'm
not
saying
that
a
it's-
mistake.
well, a town or a
to
city can do
regulate
lots of
the
things.
amount.
However, I think, in my opinion, and I can be totally, I think what it's gonna come down to is everyone has the right to life, liberty, and property. And property is gonna be the third one that I think some folks will get up on constitutionally. Because I own property, I mean, we've given corporations a First Amendment right to give them right, if we could see that to an investor, that's a corporate entity. Now, I mean, can they say you must live in the county, the county, or the town, or whatever? Would that do something? Probably. I just don't know. They will, lawsuits will start rolling in. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. So you guys are right to like watch it.
I think what we,
It needs to be really considered, is it real, did you see it, Tammy, you worked a different market than I did, I've been in Indianapolis for most of my life, and so the last 3 years, but.
I think what I can only speak as a council member right now, because my opinion as a real estate agent should not have any.
Well, I mean, from your.
Basis on this.
Did you see it happen or?
No, I actually believe that controlling rentals is actually best for property values, if you want my personal opinion. But as a council person, I would like to just let everybody know my concern is actually with the safety of tenants. And so if we did anything for registration, it would be to make sure how many people are living in a home versus,
Totally on board with that, because we have 2 and 3 families living in the house.
and that's really all the comment we need to have on that right now.
Shouldn't be against our.
Sorry. That's all the comment we need.
I have one question. Are we, I obviously we're calendar meeting Tuesday after Memorial Day, is that Tuesday still?
I thought we were gonna move that up.
I mean, it's on the thing, but I looked at different dates, I'm like, it's kind of a bad date. for it.
Tammy and I discussed it, if we want to move it up, we should do it now.
I did take moving dates, but
I know,
because the people don't know when it is.
I won't be here.
And that was my concern, if people have a quorum or not, since it's the Tuesday after Memorial Day.
Yeah, I won't be here that week.
Is anybody else gonna be going?
I would like to be,
I'll be here.
I never know what we're gonna do.
I would like to move, like, we move it to Monday, to the Tuesday before. Or the Wednesday before, right? The Wednesday.
That's the thing, we're close enough, we have so many businesses right now,
Yeah.
and commissioners.
Well, yeah, but aren't those some of them meeting in there? The executives?
I recommend that we stay where we're at. That's
Okay,
Yeah,
have fun.
I will be here. I'm not going nowhere.
2. Can you be there?
I ain't going nowhere.
Well, then we maybe we don't vote on them.
As long as I'm alive. I'll be here. You never know.
All right, do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Any seconds?
Second.
All
I
right.
already made that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.